What is the most taboo thing you've done? 1. When I was 18, I was working as a phone sex operator and was introduced to sex work by a coworker. She set me up with a much older man who would pay me for sex. On weekends he wanted to do a threesome, so I talked a friend of mine into coming with me with the promise of a big payday. I made more money working for him every weekend than I ever did at the phone sex job. 2. Sex in public. Middle of the night. No one was around though, except for a damn security camera. I did that at night on a dock. Then a car pulled up and she pushed me off of her and into the water. My husband and I were dating. We both still lived with our parents. We were our high school sweethearts. We were making out on his bed and he heard the door before I did. He took the opportunity to just straight up push me off of the bed and onto the floor. Because that's not obvious, his dad opening the door to me just landing flat on my ass while husband has a deer in headlights look. 3. I made a donation to Wikipedia. 4. Tried to start a conversation with strangers sitting next to me on the plane. 5. Had sex in front of a group of 25 people on a dare. Christmas dinner was wild. 6. Banged in the rain on my parents' front lawn while back on break from college. Hadn't seen girlfriend in a while, so she sneaked by, and I think I found a spot no one would see us. But I went outside in the rain for a while, came back with muddy knees on my jeans, and my dad's not stupid. Should have smeared mud all over and tell him you fell. When I was younger, we lived in a house in front of some woods. My sister and her boyfriend, not boyfriend, boy who was a friend, went for a walk. Me and my other sister were like, okay, don't get pregnant. She yelled that they weren't having sex. She comes back with dirt on her knees, and he has dirt on the back of his shirt and nowhere else. Said they fell. We were like, yeah, fell on his dick, you nasty ass. Years later, she confessed that they did have sex, and me and my other sister were like, we know, bro, we know. Never saw that guy again. I didn't even get his name now that I think about it. 7. Stayed in a nice hotel in York. Didn't think to bring a swimming costume. Checked out the pool, which we found out closed 20 minutes prior. The ladies' changing room door was open, so we decided to go down in our underwear and dressing gowns. Had a little swim. Sat in the hot tub and started making out. Decided to check whether the steam room was working. Ended up having a quickie in there. Made sure we didn't make a mess, then carried on swimming. 2 minutes later, the staff came in and checked whether anyone else was in there and told us the pool was closed. We played dumb and got out. Probably the most taboo thing I've ever done. 8. I wore a 2-piece bathing suit at a church picnic beach day when all the other girls were wearing 1-piece bathing suits. To me, it seemed hypocritical that almost every girl there usually wore a 2-piece and had been seen in one by friends and family, but kept an old 1-piece around specifically for church events. I guess this is why some parents thought I was a bad influence. Mild compared to some other stories here, and I have done things that were technically worse, but in terms of scandal, that one was the biggest. Edit. I was 15. It was a modest halter top with boy shorts. I feel like some commenters think I was strutting around like a Victoria's Secret model. 9. Removing USB thumb drive without ejecting. Straight to jail. 10. Having sex with a roommate was a bad idea. Having sex with 2 of my roommates was a really bad idea. 11. Very young, around 10 or 12, my girl cousin and I'm a hetero girl, used to lock ourselves in a room, get naked and touch and kiss each other. Also did the same with my school friend. I guess we were just curious. 12. I let my brother look at my boobs when I first developed. We never speak of that weird shit now. Goddamn wrongins we were. Never got physical with each other. 13. I fucked some girl in the bathroom at a gas station and another one in a cornfield. Growing up by a cornfield and going to college in the midst of miles of cornfields, I'm getting convinced that most American corn is a quarter semen. And yes, some of it mine. 14. I had a threesome with my then current GF and her best friend who was my ex. Edit. It was on a cruise. My then ex had a falling out with this new girl she was dating, and we all had gotten tickets cheap on Groupon Mayo. They got in a fight, and my then GF, who was her best friend, was comforting her. We all couldn't go anywhere, and we were drunk, and my ex didn't want to go back to her cabin, which was next door, and they were both bi. And did I mention we had been drinking? I didn't pursue it or organize it, but it was great. Was it a good threesome though? Very. They both knew what I liked. I knew what they liked. Main character. 15. Got a blowjob off my best friend's younger sister while we were in high school on lunch break. 16. Nothing too taboo. We had a wedding night three-way with the maid of honor. 17. Had a foursome while camping with 2 girls and a guy that were all years younger than me. All very legal. All very fun. It was a wild night, that's for sure. 18. Nutted for someone I shouldn't be nutting. Apart from that, for curiosity's sake, used to stay naked with a female cousin before my puberty. No sex or anything, but we used to hug and touch each other at times. 19. Played at a CNC role play with a FWB that was a therapist. She wasn't officially my therapist, but the pillow talk did legit help me through some emotional baggage I had about a death in the family. 20. At the age of 26, had a relationship that lasted a year or so with a friend of my mother's. A woman who put on the air of being the prim, proper and quiet piano teacher she was. However, in private had a large appetite for fellatio, which she very skilled at and loved. 21. I ripped the do not remove mattress tag from my mattress. I've ripped all mine off right after purchasing, so I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure all of these say the exact same statement that it's illegal for mattress stores or sellers to rip the tag off before it's sold. I know the internet only has the attention span to read those first 3 words on them, but this is way too widespread. 22. Fuck a Saudi girl in a traditional Saudi restaurant in Saudi itself, which means they had rooms for privacy, but the top of the walls are open about a foot from the roof, so you can hear everything going on. The door didn't have a lock, so we did it doggy style while I kept my foot against the door, so it couldn't be swung open. 23. Started an OnlyFans a couple of months ago. Lol. My husband is the only one for my personal life who knows about it. I live in the Bible Belt, so anything sexual is already pretty taboo. I can only imagine what the people who know me would think, but it's a super fun experience for us and the side money's not bad. 24. Nothing too wild, but I got caught in the high school library doing a same-sex anatomy lesson among other things. LMAO. My parents weren't upset, but the school was. We got suspended for a week, and I was treated very differently for the last year of school. 25. Had sex with a girl in a mall family bathroom. In a car dealership bathroom. Same girl. Had sex with my ex while she was bent over a park table in broad daylight. Blowjob on top of a playground. My current wife. 26. I turned on the interior light in the dark while my dad was driving. 27. Was having sex with a single mom. Got to the point of no return and realized her daughter was spying through the crack in the door. Finished anyway, as I guess she had probably seen it all at that point anyway and was far too close to completion. Watched her skulk away when we finished and just stayed quiet about her spying.